Hi folks, these are tough times. We are going through the coronavirus threat and imminent disaster has caused a fear epidemic. In this video, I am going to share my insight on the threat of coronavirus, the fear epidemic, as well as some spiritual insights on how we can use our mind to supercharge our body's natural immune mechanism. My name is Raja Sharma. I am an urban yogi and a business coach for transformation entrepreneurs. I must tell you that I am not a scientist, a doctor, or medical practitioner. However, as an urban yogi, I preach fearless living. And while I'm not an expert, I feel that shedding some light on the subject of body, mind, and spirit may ease fear in some people and reduce the level of stress. You see, when we foresee a crisis, the cognitive thinking of our brain goes haywire and panic sets in. Under these circumstances, our immune system weakens and we become more susceptible to the virus. While the threat of coronavirus is very real and serious, and it is a fatal disease, more damage is being done by the chaos and the misinformation circulating. And the lack of real information makes it hard for us to navigate in these intense times. Let's take a moment to understand the situation. First of all, this is not the first time that virus has invaded the human species. We go through the flu season every year, but since we are familiar with it and the medical community has found antidotes, we are not so fearful. We even call it a common flu. But I'm sure they did not take it so lightly the first time they experienced it. We have gone through SARS, MERS, HIV, AIDS in the recent history, so we are familiar with it. In the days past, tuberculosis, malaria, and polio were very feared, especially in the Indian subcontinent. My mom had a special fear about the polio disease. I'm not sure how many times she forced me to take those vaccines. When I look back, it amuses me. But at that time, she scared the heck out of me. But today, even my kids are not familiar with what TB stands for or what polio is. Simply put, this is evolution of human species. So this coronavirus is just another step on the ladder. Let me take a moment to share what I know about this stuff. First of all, we are talking about two different things. One is our body, this organism made of trillions of single cell units, and the other one is a virus. Our body is a living organism made of cell units. Human cells uses DNA as genetic material. It is species specific. That's why we don't grow tail. And most of us have only one nose, 5 fingers, and so on. While the monkey DNA has tail, the birds can fly, the fish can swim. It's all about the DNA magic. The cell is active and uses energy to grow. It has intelligence and life force. It can reproduce and has specific lifetime. On the other hand, the virus is not a cell unit. Virus can use DNA or RNA or both as the genome. It has intelligence and life force in it. In other words, the life force means it's unborn yet, but it has potentiality to be born. And it does not have a definite time. It's inert and needs a host cell to come alive. The human body brain unit performs according to the past history. The DNA in the cell has its own information, what we call programming. And the cell also have receptors that gets information from the environment, the quantum field of energy, through the 5 senses, the taste, seeing, hearing, touching, and smelling. That is how we get the information and our brain creates the images. The fact is that the coronavirus family has been around for a while. But the COVID-19 is very aggressive, and since it is not a bacteria, the antibiotics cannot work on it. It is inert, and when it comes in touch with a human cell, it attaches itself and passes on its own DNA to the human cell. When this happens, our system gets confused, just like a virus gets in our computer. In simple language, just like the human uses the earth as a habitat, the virus uses the human body as a habitat. Just like the humans cut off the trees and jungles and turn them into cities, that disrupts the flow of nature, for example, the global warming. Similarly, the virus invades our body and messes up our flow. Nature fights back with floods, blizzards, earthquakes, tsunamis to get us in line. Our body takes preventive measures such as runny nose, fever, diarrhea, vomiting, and so on to kick the virus out. No matter what happens and how severe it gets, eventually we find the solution, and the most important thing is that Father Time will heal everything and get back to the state of the flow. Similarly, in time we will realize that Franklin Roosevelt was right when he said nothing to fear but fear itself. Let me say, I am 60 years of age, and according to this chart, I am at high risk of getting this virus. On the other hand, my brother who is 79 does dialysis 3 times a week. He says that he has enjoyed his stay on the earth and he has strong faith in his God. He is at peace with himself. That was the source of motivation for me to create this video and share my insight on the fear epidemic. Listen, the fact that coronavirus is a serious risk for all of us. However, being worried and stressed is working against us. We are compromising our own health when we allow stress, worry, and fear to affect our immune system. It's time to rely on our faith, and instead of panicking, let's take precautions and realize that social distance is not social isolation. Take this time to reach out to your loved ones, to your friends and family, and spend time to introspect. Take up yoga, do the things that makes you happy. Act responsibly. The fact of the matter is, your body knows what to do. It is made of very sophisticated technology. The technology of consciousness is at work. Our most intimate thoughts and fears project on the quantum energy screen. We call this reality. Our body and mind is just a tool for our consciousness to create our reality. The operating system is your brain, your focus. You have a choice to focus on things that makes the immune system stronger, or you can focus on stress, worry, and fear and compromise your own health. The body and brain is a tool for our consciousness, just like I said before. The reality we desire is created by that. Your consciousness creates our reality. So be aware where you choose to focus your consciousness and your energy. At present, our collective consciousness is stuck in fear of the unknown. But in time, this shall pass and we will get back in the flow. If you want to get there sooner, shift your consciousness. Draw from the source energy and be the strength for others. If this resonates with you, please share with your friends and family and leave a comment in the bottom to share your thoughts. Thank you for your time.